Hey guys, welcome back. DeFi, degens, Strip, and Farm for Poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all Forex Shark related projects. And in today's video, going back to Raoul Pal. We've had him on here before, and he always gives some macro ideology. And in this one, it's really interesting how he talks about his what he did in 2012 during the European financial crisis and switching his life savings into dollars, and how it's very similar to what he's done now with going all in on ETH. And I'm going to show you how that can relate to BNB and his analogy of getting into assets so that you can basically have free call options on these assets. So we'll explain that after we listen to his clip.
Let's get back to Raoul Pal's interview as he shares a previous experience investing in the dollar and why he thinks is a great bet now.
I was living in Spain in 2012, and we just had the massive financial crisis in Europe. We almost lost our banking system, had to buy a generator and tin food and crazy shit. Terrifying when you lose your banking system. And Cyprus lost its, obviously completely enabled, savings were wiped out. So it was a mess. You had to take cash, put it out at home, try to find gold, all this shit. Luckily, the money printer stopped the collapse, right? Big lesson to be learned there. I didn't really still believe that to be the case, which I now do. But at that period of time, the euro was trading about 148.5, 148 against the dollar. And I was living in Spain and I had euro savings, and my business, Global Macro Investor, was billing in euros. And I took the ridiculously brave bet, kind of like this crypto bet. I went, yeah, it's actually just like this crypto bet. I just went, fuck it, I'm all in on the dollar because this is the wrong price. And Europe's got a structural problem here. And so I switched all of my life savings into, yeah, it's exactly the same as the crypto, just has less bang for your buck than the crypto does. So I switched 100% of my life savings into dollars. I then went and bought, then changed the billing for Global Macro Investor into dollars. And then I went and bought a property. Two properties, one in Cayman Islands and one in Miami, because that would stop me trading out of my position, which is what I've done with crypto. Like I started this exponential age fund of hedge funds. So you get locked up for 3 years and stuff like that, ways that you don't outguess yourself, because you'll get these 2-3 year rallies and then it falls away. And yeah, we saw huge moves up and down, but that bet's been the gift that keeps on giving. And it also reminded me, another nice story about that trade is I was thinking through this mechanism of asset allocation of in that kind of very big global macro terms, right? I want dollars. How do I hold dollars? Well, I can buy bonds, I can buy equities, I could buy assets, real estate, art, stuff like that, stuff priced in dollars. So what you're doing is you put in dollars, you're now in that currency, and your base currency is that. So then if you buy real estate on top, and real estate goes up 50%, so you get the dollar appreciation plus the 50% or multiplied by the 50%. So it gives you super leverage on your dollar position, but you're still in your dollar trade. And I hadn't really figured this out properly, what it actually means. Now, I could have chosen stocks, but I didn't want to take that risk. And I did have some bonds at various points. And so I would take the interest on that. Bonds went up and the dollar went up. So I made a really decent return from doing all of this trade. And recently I realized that this is the same trade I'm doing in crypto. So if you look over there, you see my NFTs, my Bored Ape and Punk and all that stuff. They sit on ETH. So you make an allocation to ETH, that's the economy I want to allocate to. And in that economy, I try and buy a fixed asset because fixed assets are scarce and they tend to do well when things are booming. So you buy a fixed asset, which is a rare NFT, or a community asset, which is something different, but an asset, or maybe like an equity, whatever. And that, if that does well as well, it gives you the return over ETH. So if ETH goes up 10x and they go up 3x, make 30x returns. Yeah, you don't think about this, do you? It's a free call option. Real estate is essentially a free call option on a foreign bet. So NFTs are a free call option. Free meaning because some dickhead on Twitter or here is going to go, hey, you said they were free and they've gone down in price and I've lost money. What I mean by free call options is what you're really getting is convexity of returns with less risk. No, but generally speaking, you buy good assets, their volatility is less. So that Bored Ape has been stuck at well, not this particular one, but the floor price.
All right, so let's kind of summarize that. So what he was talking about was during the European financial crisis, he had a business that was being priced in the euro, and the euro was collapsing. And then he decided that he would take a bet on the dollar and get everything switched over to the dollar. We can see right now that in the macro financial world that fiat is collapsing again. And that's why a lot of Bitcoin maxis are making the same thing, moving to Bitcoin. But how I want to tie this into specifically the DeFi and drip space is that he said what you want to do is get into an asset like ETH. And if you believe in ETH, then maybe by exchange, you believe in BNB. And I do believe BNB will be here. So for this example, we're just going to focus on BNB. And he said you want to have exposure to that asset and you want to buy other assets. He specifically said properties that can stop you from basically selling out of your position. So he mentioned buying real estate. Clearly, if you buy a house, you can't just turn around and sell it tomorrow. So you're less likely to just get scared out of your position. Well, remember, that is exactly what Forex has built within its ecosystem. You now get access to BNB because the Animal Farm is built on the Binance Smart Chain, but also remember the dog pound pays you out in BNB. And then you're also getting in the pig pen. If you purchase that asset, which is pigs, you are getting paid out in BUSD. Now he said, remember, you want a fixed asset, which we don't have in any of the ecosystems right now. There is no fixed asset besides BUSD. And there's no real, I mean, you could technically get into BUSD and you have a small percentage monthly that you can generate in this yield, like 30%, but 22%, sorry. But he also mentioned community assets. So I would definitely argue that the pig pen would fall into that community asset. Now it is an inflationary token with deflationary mechanics, and with the other stuff built on top, we could definitely see the pig pen start to burn more pigs. But the fact that you can buy this asset and hold it and get paid in dividends of BUSD. And right now, not financial advice, of course, is another great entry opportunity. We've seen it come down here before and go back up. So sitting down here at this $70 level, 73 right now, the lowest that we got when there was no farm launched and no utility was down to the 50s. So this could be that opportunity. Now, again, remember, he's talking about this as a call option, meaning that you'll be basically getting leverage on this. So if you were able to get into the Animal Farm or pig pen or even drip, if you believe in drip, then you're getting exposure to BNB. And also by exchange, you're buying an asset with that is directly correlated to BNB. So specifically, that would relate to the dogs. So you can actually get paid out in BNB, and you can actually stake other assets, even like ETH, or you can get into the pig pen and get paid out in BUSD and use those dividends, like he said, so that you're not selling against your position. So right now we're in this bear market. So you have at least another 12 months probably where we're just going to chop sideways with slowly crawling out. So that means we can go up and we can come back down. So you don't want to get shaken out during that time. This could be a great opportunity to seize these kind of assets that you believe in, especially again, if you're rallying behind the drip community and you believe in the future utility. So again, nobody knows what the future holds. And I told you in my previous videos, if you think it'll go low, expect it to go even lower than what you think. But I do believe that long-term, the Binance Smart Chain will be here, and that by extension, BNB will be here. And the most, one of the most stable coins in the entire crypto and DeFi space is by extension BUSD. Even though that's not Binance, that's actually Paxos, and then just a portion on the Binance Smart Chain, but that's another video for another day. But you still want to have access to stable coins because, again, like Powell mentioned in 2012, the great financial crisis of Europe, we are seeing something right now on a much bigger scale across all central banks and economies. So this is probably a great opportunity to start trying to increase your positions in stable coins, and by extension, any assets that you believe will be here and go up in the next bull run. And we already lesson learned that you do not want to keep those assets on a centralized exchange because they can go for bankruptcy. So ETH, Cake, Bitcoin, BUSD, BNB, great single assets, not financial advice, of course, but a great place to park them and earn these dividends and get that free call option, as he said. It's not an NFT in this regard, but you are at least putting it in an asset that has exposure to BNB, and then you get that double exposure when the asset does go up. Because again, if you're bullish on it, you believe it will. All right. So hope that provided some value and some clarity, and I always like to take information from the people that are far smarter and wiser than me in the macro and kind of see how that translates to where we're at. And then, you know, keep my sanity and not scare myself out of positions. All right, so you guys know the drill. Smash that show special, help brother out, like, comment, subscribe down below, and until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real-world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.